We're not talking about this yet, but LeBron James and Kyrie Irving in the backcourt, one or two words. Woo, we.
And now, the starting lineup for your Chicago Bulls. At small forward, at 6'9", number 34, Mike Dunleavy. Guard 6'7" from Marquette, number 21, Jimmy Butler. The other forward position, at 7'0", number 16, Pau Gasol. Welcome, everyone. We have a very special treat for you here. No trick, it's the NBA on Halloween. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got an Eastern Conference battle ready to get rolling, and the Chicago crowd wants some love from their Bulls. This game against Cleveland is the first time they've met this season.
A season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
Yeah, I think they're a little better than this ball club. They didn't show last year winning the season series.
Now here's Butler. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Now the dish to Dunleavy. Shot clock at 6. Here's Noah. He cleans it as the shot clock ticks down. Noah's got his team on the board to start the game for the Bulls. Irving with it. Well, it's funny, Clark, some people thought that Joakim Noah was considered a bust when drafted by Chicago.
Very premature assessment of that young man. I tell you, you talk about having to eat crow for those who felt that way. A two-time NCAA champion, Noah has now rightly become revered as the heartbeat of this scrappy Bulls team, an All-NBA and All-Star, and also an All-NBA defensive player as well.
On the court for Cleveland, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Varejao in at the 5, down low.
Well, Noah has that boisterous, playful personality. I think his quirks maybe threw people off early on, but he's a wonderful teammate. He's unselfish, and I think more than anything, his unguarded personality sort of helped him connect with his teammates. He can become a weapon for them if he gets going early from long range.
Now here's James. What a tremendous game he played against New York. And Waiters with the stuff.
Big time finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little showboating out there.
And for Noah, who is really gregarious and outgoing off the court, but you get in between those lines and his intense competitiveness becomes apparent. I mean, he's locked in and all business. Fierce competitor, laser focused on winning. He's not worried about making a few enemies in the process.
For Cleveland, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Irving with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. And it's Varejao penetrating. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist.
Ran his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Dunleavy dishes to Rose. They get it back. Noah kicks to Butler. There's the triple. And Irving pulls it down.
Tough three-point try there with a hand in his face.
Boy, you'd be lucky to make that one against great defense. Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
Last outing for the Bulls, it was a loss to New York.
Yeah, I thought their defense in that game was about as shaky as it could be. At home, that kind of defense isn't going to cut it. Never mind if you're on the road.
They really look tired to me, and I don't know if they had travel issues or if they were out too late, but something was amiss because they had no energy.
Waiters, and it's off the back rim, no good.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
He has such a knack for scooping up the rebound and then making a defense pay.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. The kick outside to Butler. There's Rose with the three. That one goes. Count. Rose has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And there's Love. That's good on the assist by James.
These defenders are not putting up much of a fight on the interior. It's been embarrassing. That's 10 consecutive points allowed in the lane.
And that's not the kind of streak you want to have if you're playing defense.
The defense playing way too soft there, guys. He's just getting right to the rim.
For Cleveland, they've gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. And here's Varejao. Passes it to Irving. Back to Varejao. Gasol with the rebound. Chicago's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Butler from outside. Can't get it to go. And Cleveland the other way now. Here's Waiters. It's Varejao, high post. Love right side. LeBron drives in. Outside Irving. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got 4 assists in the game.
And yeah, they're moving the ball now. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assisted buckets.
Steve, nothing makes a coach smile as much as pure, selfless teamwork.
Now here's Noah. Back to Butler. The feed to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Rose. Pocket 6. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. Butler against Waiters.
He just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. The Cavs tried to make a push for the playoffs last season, in a way going against the grain, but instead a disappointing season when it was all over. The coach and front office questioning the team effort level.
Here's Dunleavy following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Stolen by Varejao. Mike Dunleavy is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's 2 fouls for him very early in this ball game. He'll probably have to spend some time on the bench before halftime.
McDermott's checked in for Chicago. Now here's James. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Rejected by Gasol. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
13 seconds.
Here's Irving. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. Irving's got 7 points.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
Now here's Rose. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, I briefly spoke with David Blatt. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And very quickly here in the first quarter, pronounced advantage for them on the glass.
Yeah, that's a trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well.
Now here's LeBron. And there's the pass to Love. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. LeBron's got assist number 5 here tonight.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Pau Gasol. And Cleveland also making a change. Marion's checked in. Butler attacking. Pass to Gibson. Marion with the steal. And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Shots good by Waiters.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
And even if it costs them some foul trouble, I mean, they need to start putting some bodies on bodies. Be physical.
Now here's Butler. 26 points for him last game against New York. Lets it go from 11. And there's Joakim Noah on the assist by Butler. And that's now 6 points for Joakim Noah. Cleveland leading by 6. Irving passes to James. Marion setting the pick for LeBron. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. LeBron's got his first bucket in this one. Rose kicks to Gibson and stolen by LeBron. Now Cleveland moving it up. Waiters leading the charge. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Chicago's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Rose kicks to McDermott. Tipped away. Gibson dishes to Butler. From deep three-point range. Second shot opportunity. Here's Noah. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Pretty bad defense letting the offense get right to the rim, but smart play to foul once he was there.
But you know it's going to happen, and they sent a message right there. Nothing easy inside.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
They've set the first half tone by really getting out in transition.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Some changes for Chicago. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Heinrich in for Rose. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Jones comes in for LeBron. Miller's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving.
Joakim Noah, last season's Defensive Player of the Year. And for the Bulls, it really seemed like their defense and their offense revolved around Noah. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Heinrich kicks to McDermott. Here's Gibson. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And Joakim Noah, as you said, the Defensive Player of the Year and the assist leader for the Bulls last season, playing the center position.
And that's why he deserved consideration for a spot on MVP ballots. The Bulls, without Rose, they lost Deng, and yet they still continue to win. I thought Noah's play and his inspiration and his desire played a big role in that.
Snell kicks to McDermott. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Boy, we don't see that too often. No defender on him, and he finds the open jumper. Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Bulls trail by 9. Here's Snell. 14 points from him the last game against New York. And Heinrich gets it to go.
He's going to keep banging those home if you give him that much space.
Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Dishes it to Marion. Miller outside. From 13. Another shot. So the whistle blows on the shot with 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Kevin, I've got a chance now to look at where the Cavaliers ranked in the NBA last season. 10th in lowest turnovers per game. 11th in rebounding. And they were in the top half of the league in opponent field goal percentage as well.
I think the most impressive aspect of their team last year, Clark, was the few turnovers that they committed. In the top 10 in the league in terms of fewest turnovers per game. And that boded well for them. Anytime they took care of the basketball, they were extremely difficult to beat. And that became a big part of their identity.
Bulls making a switch here. Mirotic is checked in.
And often you can learn more about a team when they are unhealthy versus when they're at full strength. And last year I thought the Bulls showed they are not and have never been a one-man show. It's all about everybody contributing for them.
Here's Dellavedova. after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. And it's rejected. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Marion with the steal. Gibson against Jones. Cleveland moving it around. Miller, the pass to Dellavedova. Marion, a screen on Heinrich. Just 5 to shoot. Marion setting the pick for Jones. Shot from the wing. Good. Jones has got his second bucket of the night.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Here's Snell, covered by Miller. Snell, no good. To the inside. And there's Miller, good that time on the assist by Jones. Miller's got his second basket of the game. Bulls trail by 9. Now here's Heinrich. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
Kirk Heinrich in his 12th season out of Kansas. Remember covering this guy in college. And still a quality defensive combo guard. At 6'4", tremendous IQ and anticipation really helps him at the defensive end. And he's, I think, a little underrated offensively, too.
And both free throws good from Heinrich. And Heinrich playing big numbers for the Bulls last season. But Steve, his shooting percentages have started now to tail off over the last few years.
You know, I think his defense is really what keeps him on the court at this point, Kevin. Offensively, still a good playmaker and a decision maker, but he's not going to be a big scorer.
Well, he turned a high percentage shot into a low percentage shot by trying to go to the fadeaway.
Man showing some terrific range. McDermott's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Talk about a terrific stroke. I mean, the defense was hoping that a 3-ball that deep was not going in.
Well, they know he's a great shooter, so they still have to get out there and challenge, despite the fact that he's so deep with that shooting range.
1 second left. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 4. Coming up. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at the Cavaliers' performance here. Clark, Steve, what have they been doing or not doing?
And I thought the key to that first quarter, guys, was the turnovers they faced with that aggressive defense.
Well, the defense, as you said, Steve, has been really aggressive, and it's paid off for them a few times already.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Bulls. Jimmy Butler is out there with Heinrich. Then it's Taj Gibson. Then there's Dunleavy. And it's Mirotic in at the 4.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
They sure are. You got to come up with something. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting ridiculous.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Quick hands and the ability to anticipate the opening to create a turnover. So valuable, especially for a guard, as we see 2 tremendous talents with their ability to steal that ball away.
And, of course, you look at the numbers. John Stockton with 3,265 steals over his career. Really a crazy number. Averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Saul comes in for Taj Gibson. And it's Rose in for Kirk Heinrich. Waiters, he's checked in for Cleveland. Kyrie Irving comes in for Matthew Dellavedova. Mirotic with it. Working on James. 6 to shoot. Butler kicks to Dunleavy. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And Rose wide open. He shoots. No good with the triple. The Cavaliers leading by 8. James with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. James dishes to Irving. Lets it go from 11. And James gets it to go. James has got 4 points this quarter.
Might as well just take it into his own hands and make that big lead even bigger.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Gentlemen, a close partnership between Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau and center Joakim Noah. Noah said, quote, "The way each of us sees the game can be totally different, but he'll fight anybody to win, and I will too." Noah says Thibodeau's changed too, adding, "He's opened up a lot more, asking how we're doing, what we're thinking." Kevin?
They're really the backbone of that team. Thanks, Doris. Dunleavy kicks to Butler. From the arc. Thompson with the rebound. Well, Cleveland shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Here's Gasol. The Cavaliers pull it in. Thompson's got his third rebound tonight. Waiters passes to LeBron. Kicks it to Irving. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. James sets the screen for Waiters. The three. And the shot is good. Waiters got 11 points.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
A different look now for Cleveland. Varejao comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Kevin Love is subbed in for Miller. Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Bulls moving the ball around. He feeds it to Butler. Here's Gasol. Can't hit. Nice D from Varejao. Cleveland's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Waiters. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that's 13 points for Dion Waiters.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Butler dishes to Mirotic. Butler kicks to Mirotic and stolen by Love. To the inside. LeBron's shot is good. LeBron's got 8.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Butler goes in. He dishes it to Dunleavy. Rose kicks to Butler. Here's Gasol, and they get it, and the layup is up and in. Gasol's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Love with the screen on Rose. Irving passes to James. Love dishes to Varejao. The layup missed. Bulls trail by 13. Rose goes in. Here's Mirotic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Taking a look here now at some numbers for Jimmy Butler. Last season's stats for him averaged about 13 a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's really been pulling his weight. We're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box scores.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas.
That free throw, no good. Mirotic, Clark, the first ever 2-time winner of the EuroLeague Rising Star Award. Certainly one of the most accomplished European prospects to enter the NBA in quite some time.
And you know, Kevin, his game has been compared to Dirk Nowitzki or Danilo Gallinari, and both of those guys are pretty versatile, high-quality, highly skilled players. So Mirotic, a stretch power forward with really good intangibles, too.
Here's James. That's good. James has got 10 points. Now Rose, 6 points for him. From the arc, and that is good. He's got 9.
And Mirotic, tremendously skilled for a player of his size, able to pass, handle, shoots it with range, and you know, I think he has the toughness to complement that.
What a throwdown there, man! And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
Those are phenomenal dunks to watch. So much fun.
LeBron outside. Back to Waiters. Out to the right wing. Varejao down low. Working on Noah. And Varejao kicks to James. 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. And it's Irving missing.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there. Great effort.
They get it back. Tries again. And the way up by Mirotic.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Varejao with a screen on Rose. Irving drives in. Takes it off the glass. Irving's got 9 points.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely, here it comes. See if you can stop it.
You know, these are the guys you need to be aware of if you don't want your pocket picked. Here are last season's steals leaders. You look at Butler. Opposing teams always need to know where he is on the court.
He showed such great defensive instincts last year. Just a terrific defensive player.
Bulls trail by 13. Outside Rose. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Derrick Rose, the 2011 MVP, but major injuries to his knees have cost him most of the last 2 seasons. Only time will tell if he's able to reclaim that elite status in the NBA.
And you recall Derrick Rose had some knee issues at Memphis as well.
Yeah, nothing nearly as serious as what he's encountered recently. But hey, he's only 26. Even if he doesn't win another MVP, I think he's still got a good chance to be an impact player, a high-level impact player, even an all-star going forward.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. Dion Waiters going into last season working on playing off the ball, whether, catch and shoot, Steve, or coming off screens.
Yeah, he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, but playing alongside Kyrie Irving, he's got to be more effective without the ball, working off those screens and learning to play with Irving.
And Waiters really has tried to emphasize staying on balance with his shot, taking better shots, better quality shots within the offense, and we saw the results. There was an uptick in his percentages from the field and from long range as well.
Butler goes in, back to Rose, 6 to shoot. From 12 feet out. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. The Cavaliers leading by 13.
And Waiters still a volume scorer. To improve his efficiency, he's got to get that free throw percentage back up and become more consistent finishing inside. But he's a natural scorer. He certainly has the talent.
Rose kicks to Butler. For 3, Dunleavy. That's good. Dunleavy's got his first 3 points of the game.
And we've seen a few mix-ups defensively out there on the perimeter.
More than a few. I mean, the open looks they've allowed from long range have turned into a lot of points.
James with it. 12 points for him. Back to Varejao. Kicks it out to Love. Great shot from the wing. Love's got his 3rd basket of the night.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Irving kicks to James. Feeds it to Love. And it's sent back by Noah. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic. McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler, and it's Heinrich in for Rose. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Sean Marion is checked in for James. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against New York. Here's McDermott, takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. McDermott's got 5 points so far. Cleveland leading by 10. Irving with the ball. He's picked up by Heinrich. Irving passes to Varejao. Love wide open. He fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Love's got 4 points this quarter. Chicago's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Snell kicks to McDermott. There's the dish to Heinrich. Bulls moving the ball around. The drive by Noah. Puts up the baby hook. Passes it to Gibson. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. Here's Irving. He picked up 27 points in their last win against New York.
Yeah, he picked his spots in that game, too, Kevin, because I thought he not only did a nice job scoring, but setting up his teammates as well.
Marion setting the pick for Irving. For 3. Offensive rebound. Varejao out to Marion. The feed now to Irving. Another shot. There's the bucket. Good. Irving's got 11. Bulls trail by 12. And here's Heinrich. 5 points in the game. McDermott dishes to Gibson. He kicks it to Snell. And there's the pass to McDermott. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. McDermott's got 5 points now in the quarter.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come. But
Waiters passes to Love. Again, Love missing. Chicago's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, gentlemen, as you know, Joakim Noah is a great passer on the block. As Coach Thibodeau said, he's got great vision and decision-making ability. If we play through the post and you cut and you're open, you're going to get the ball. We have to play inside out. That's when we're at our best. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. Noah is definitely one of the better passing bigs in the league. No question about that. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team, they were a popular pick before the season to play postseason games, but they still needed some seasoning.
And Cleveland making a change here. Thompson, he's checked in for Varejao. James Jones comes in for Kevin Love. Mike Miller's checked in for Dion Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Kyrie Irving. Dellavedova kicks to Marion. Here's Dellavedova, guarded by Heinrich. Thompson misses. And now for Cleveland. They still have the youth to grow, but with LeBron on board, the sky for them is the limit.
As are the expectations.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And one more note about Cleveland. Everyone will now assume that they will make the playoffs this year, but the ultimate goal is a title, something that hasn't happened in the city of Cleveland for any major sport in a long time. Probably 64, I think, may be the last title.
Again, you're right on it. That one is off. Chicago making a switch here. Gasol's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And you look at the Bulls, a bit of a different look for them, trading away Dang. They amnesty Carlos Boozer. It seems they're shuffling the deck.
No question about it. They bring in the Spanish League MVP and Nikola Mirotic. They've had some good draft choices as well, so a lot of new bodies for the Bulls.
Shots good by Miller. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. A 3-ball. Cavaliers with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Dellavedova dishes to Miller. Can't get the reverse layup to fall.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
And that does it for the first half of play. Cavaliers lead by 10. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Coach Tom Thibodeau. And, Coach, in this kind of a matchup against this team, how important is keeping control of the ball and limiting turnovers?
It's huge. Live ball turnovers, if you put them in the open floor, they're very difficult to stop. But we got to play some defense. We're not playing any defense right now.
Tom, thank you. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks so much, Doris. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back in there for the start of the third quarter after this break. And welcome back to the second half of our Halloween broadcast. It's been one outstanding game from Dion Waiters.
He has that slasher mentality, guys. We saw all the evidence of that in the first half as he continually got to the rim and scored.
Yeah, he had the jetpack on today, Steve, blowing by the defender no matter who they put on it.
Cleveland leading by 10. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Varejao in at the center.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
It's a great formula, and it's really a sign that the offense is clicking.
Here's Waiters, Irving with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. Cleveland moving the ball around. Varejao passes to Waiters. The offensive rebound, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I'd love to see them impose their will a little bit more on the backboard. Usually that's a great way to take control of a game.
Well, they haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of.
Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Back to Rose. Pass to Dunleavy. Right side, Butler. Noah in the post. He's guarded by Love, and that one's good. 10 points for Joakim Noah.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
Yeah, Clark, they've been more active and more physical down low, and I think that's been the difference.
Irving kicks to James. Cannot hit. Good work defensively by Gasol. Bulls trail by 12. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And the basket good.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Oh, Cleveland, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Mike Dunleavy, the former number 3 overall pick out of Duke, Steve, back in 2002.
Yeah, he played on that Duke team back in 2001 that won the NCAA championship. Played alongside Williams and Boozer. You know, never really became a star, but a quality player over his 12-year NBA career.
Butler in Chicago with another bucket. Now, here is Irving. He's got 15. Dishes to Varejao. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And that's the right call, no question about it. It's one thing to play tough D and commit a hard foul, but it's another to risk hurting your opponent with contact like that.
Yeah, very easy to get knocked off balance and take a nasty tumble when you get slammed into it. For Cleveland, they have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
Well, this is a club that shot 75% as a team from the free throw line last season.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Gasol against Love. Outside Irving. Kicks it to Waiters. James in the post. Defended by Dunleavy. That's good. 16 points for LeBron.
And Mike Dunleavy Jr. is the son of a former NBA player and coach, Mike Sr. Actually, I played against Mike Sr. during his days. And Mike Sr., the dad, was a 6'3" point guard. Mike Jr. at 6'9". Because of that exposure to his dad's game, Mike Jr. has always had great ball handling skills even at 6'9".
Rose dishes to Butler. Pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. Rose kicks to Butler. Again, Chicago.
And for Dunleavy, a really smart help defender, and offensively has become more and more reliable with his three-point shot here in the latter part of his career.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Derrick Rose, born and raised on the south side of Chicago, now playing for his hometown Bulls. He even became a partner and endorser for Chicago's top deep dish pizza chain. He does represent this town.
Irving drives in. He feeds it to LeBron. Elbow shot. And again, LeBron missing. You talk about Derrick Rose's culinary interest. He's looked to change his diet for the better.
Yeah, he needed to, Kevin, because, he was a big fan of candy when he came into the league. It was kind of his vice. He said he would eat up to 2 pounds of candy in one sitting. I mean, that's just crazy. But he's hired a personal chef. He's eating better. He's taking care of his body. And it's important, obviously, as you get older and you're dealing with injuries.
And Chicago scoring again.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Cleveland leading by 9. Outside Irving. Now Varejao inside. Good on the shot. Varejao's got 4 points in the quarter.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket.
Rose passes to Butler. Rose dishes to Butler. Feeds it to Dunleavy. Passes it to Butler. Goes up on the high post. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Bulls ball. Chicago keeps possession.
Well, let's take a look now at some numbers for Anderson Varejao. Solid numbers last season. Averaged about 8 points a game last season. 9 rebounds and 2 assists. And the work that impresses me the most is how he's attacked the glass and provided so much help on securing rebounds for his team.
Yeah, it's huge, Steve. I mean, when you add up the offensive glass work that turns into second chance points, I mean, the rebounding that he brings to the table has been huge.
Mirotic is checked in for Pau Gasol. To the inside. Butler with the steal. Dunleavy for 3. That's good. Dunleavy's got 6 points.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
LeBron drives in. That's good. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Yeah, they're getting outclassed in the paint at both ends, really.
Rose against Irving. Butler kicks it to Noah. Here's Mirotic. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Mirotic has got his second basket.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
James outside. Back to Irving for the 3. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. Dunleavy the pass to Butler. Here's Rose. And it's Chicago scoring again.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. Irving dishes to Waiters. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. That one on Rose. Well, Dion Waiters, a Philly kid, plays with a chip on his shoulder, Clark. Always a ton of confidence.
Yeah, but I like his edge and his chip, but I think sometimes his emotions get the best of him. When he gets frustrated, we've seen it affect his play and his demeanor on the court. Hopefully that's just a maturation thing with him, because it could derail his potential if he doesn't get it under wraps.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Cleveland. Now Butler. He's got 12. Rose up on top. Back to Butler. Shot clock at 6. And it's Gibson finishing it off. Well, as far as the defense goes, Clark, that is not what's going to keep them in this lead.
Yeah, but from the other perspective, you can see just how much that dunk pumped those players up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here. And for Waiters, we've heard the rumblings. He's butting heads with coaches and teammates. He's dismissed from the practice. His name has been all over trade talk since he's been with Cleveland. But on the plus side, he's working hard to improve as a player, and he's very gifted.
There's the bucket. Good. Now just a 4-point Cavalier lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
LeBron kicks to Irving. He's looking for Love and finds him. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
You know, you hear the question marks for Waiters, but still an awful lot of upside for this guy, in my opinion. He's got a great foundation offensively. He can make plays for himself and for others. I think his ceiling is really high as long as he stays hard-working and hungry.
The Cavaliers leading by 6. That's good. 20 points for LeBron.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Now Chicago's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Dunleavy. 6 points for him. Outside Butler. He dishes it to Gibson. Back to Butler. For 3, Dunleavy. Love grabs the board. Love's got 8 rebounds in this game. The dish now to Waiters. The feed now to James. Cleveland moving the ball around. Here's Marion. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Butler, here we go. Outside Rose. Here's the 3. The second chance effort. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Chicago making some changes. McDermott comes in for Dunleavy. And it's Heinrich in for Rose. Then for the Cavaliers, Tristan Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Miller comes in for Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving.
Taj Gibson, in his 6th season now in the NBA. He's in the prime of his career at 29 years old. Last season, he upped his scoring rate and averaged double digits for the first time in his career.
Here's James. And the basket good. A bank shot that time. James has got 22.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Heinrich passes to Butler. That's good. Butler's got 9 points here in the second half. And for Gibson, becoming more efficient, more free throw attempts, and a big leap, guys, in his free throw percentage. Steve cracking 70% from the line for the first time.
It was by far his best performance offensively, Kevin. He came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player. And that's the case, no question.
For 3, Heinrich. The Cavaliers pull it in. 1:58 left to play here in the third. Dellavedova dishes to LeBron. Inside, got a piece of it. McDermott with the steal. And now, in transition is Heinrich. Here we go. And that one's good. 16 points for Butler.
He's simply a machine at the offensive end. I wonder how far behind they'd be if he wasn't having this kind of quarter.
Miller, no up. Bulls trail by 4. McDermott kicks to Mirotic. And he gets it to go. Mirotic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, every once in a while, he'll show us some pretty good moves around the hoop.
Dellavedova, the pass to Thompson. James outside. He kicks to Dellavedova. Butler against Miller. Lets it go from deep. James, no good.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Anytime they've had a chance to attack the lane, they've done so. The penetration has been impressive.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Jones is checked in. Hinrich kicks to Snell. Jacks up a three. Good, and Hinrich gets the assist. Snell's got 6.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
Miller dishes to Dellavedova. Marion a screen on Hinrich. Dellavedova the pass to Marion. 6 on the shot clock for the 3. Nice one there from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Hinrich with it. He's got 5. Outside Butler. Back to Hinrich. There's the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Thompson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Jones. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Jones has got 7 points in the game. Just 4 seconds left to play in the third. Stolen by Thompson. And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth quarter. Cleveland ahead, up by 6. And we're just moments away from the start of the... Bulls trail by 6. McDermott and Gasol, a duo at the forward. Hinrich is out there with Tony Snell, and it's Noah in at center. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
What a time for him to step up. A big 3 right there.
Cleveland with the ball. Here's Dellavedova. On the wing, Miller. And Thompson kicks to Merritt. That is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 5.
Boy, the deeper we get into this game, the more offense we're seeing.
And that goes for both teams, Steve. Everybody firing on all cylinders right now.
Here's Snell, covered by Miller. The pass to McDermott. Takes a 3. They get it back. Noah kicks to Snell. From outside, off the mark. Cleveland leading by 5. Pass to Miller. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova. Dellavedova's got 3 assists tonight.
Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Over to the wing. The 3. Snell, no good. Guys, we have seen them with a lot of good ball movement.
Well, you like the smooth operating they're showing you here. I mean, things are clicking, and more importantly, it makes them tough to defend.
Yeah, there's no agenda. I mean, the ball's just moving to whoever is open, and as a result, they've kind of developed a clicking kind of pace to their game. It's been fun to watch.
From the arc. Good. Snell's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Timeout called, Cleveland.
Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches. And, you know, when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for Chicago. Rose comes in for Tony Snell. And the Cavaliers will go with a different look here. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Thompson. Love comes in for Jones. Dion Waiters checked in for Miller. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
And the call will be against Joakim Noah. Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. It's not going to cut it. LeBron, he's checked in for Sean Marion. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Irving misses. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster, so we can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin, and they need his points, and he's providing them.
Chicago with the ball. 8-point game. Rose kicks to Heinrich. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Well, it's funny. Back when LeBron joined the Heat, some critics said he'd given up the chance to be the franchise player and carry his team. But guess what? No matter who LeBron plays with, he's always the franchise player. That's how good he is.
And you think back to LeBron after the 2011 finals, many also questioned whether he had, quote unquote, what it took to win a title. He's obviously answered those questions.
And some harsh criticism, Clark, for LeBron after the decision, or his comments after the 2011 finals.
Yeah, you know what, Kevin? It's really impressive to see how he's handled that. He misspoke and mishandled both of those situations. To his credit, he's expressed regret about those things, displaying a maturity we've always seen in him. One of the remarkable things about LeBron is that for the magnitude of his celebrity, his stature, and the expectation, I don't know if we've had an athlete handle himself any better under the hot, bright lights of stardom.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game.
17.
Chicago on defense, trailing here by 8. Shot clock at 6. Down low, here's Irving. That's in there. Love with the assist. And that's 17 points for Kyrie Irving.
Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team because they're taking advantage of it.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Rose with the ball, and it's Waiters picking him up. Rose goes in. High post shot. And yes, sir, that one drops.
The entire defense was frozen footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
The Cavaliers leading by 10. Outside Irving. Dishes it to Waiters. Inside, Gasol with the steal. Kicks it to Dunlap. Over to the wing. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. This one for 3. No good. Good D by Irving.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now because I don't like his shot selection at all.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Kirk Heinrich.
Well, the Bulls were expected to play a role in free agency this past summer with all the cap room they had. A lot of options in terms of which way they could have gone.
Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. The Cavaliers have gotten exactly 2/3 of their shots to find the bottom of the net here in the fourth, 8 of 12. LeBron dishes to Irving. Back to LeBron, just 5 to shoot. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. And that's 31 points for LeBron.
All the buckets he's poured in today have put them in a terrific position heading into the stretch.
Rose in the post. He's covered by Irving. Rose, good.
Yeah, not just an everyday finish. He put a little pizzazz on that one, guys.
The Cavaliers leading by 12. Irving drives in. Great defense that time from Noah.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Rose against Irving. Derrick Rose again. Rose has got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Varejao setting the pick for Irving. Love kicks to Irving. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Kyrie Irving, clearly a player who's dreamed of greatness from a very young age. Going back to the 4th grade, he wrote, "I'm going to the NBA," and he wrote it across the back wall of his closet. And while it was hidden behind his clothes, it certainly wasn't far from his head or his heart.
And Irving still wanted to write down goals. He used to write them in a notebook. He still keeps. Now he'll write them down in his phone. All part of setting his sights high and dreaming big.
And for Irving, just like those words in the back of his closet stayed hidden, his great talent stayed hidden for a long time as well.
Yeah, it didn't really dominate until his senior year of high school, Kevin. Only 11 games he played at Duke. It might seem he was an overnight sensation in the NBA, but in truth, he spent a lifetime laying the foundation for his game.
LeBron kicks to Varejao. Love at the elbow. Here's Waiters. That falls. Great assist by Love. 22 points for Dion Waiters.
Incredible. Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3-ball with one of their own.
Let's keep this thing going, guys. I love seeing a 3-point battle like this.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but in the rebounding department too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should feel that you've competed when you do that work inside.
16 seconds.
And here is Gasol. Pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. Takes the 12-footer and hits. Dunleavy's got 10 points here in the second half.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
James, rejected by Gasol. They recover it, and Love gets it to go. Bulls trail by 12. Butler passes to Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think he's been kind of passive today. And, you know, maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the scoring.
Irving dishes to James. Back to Irving. Butler against Waiters. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Waiters got 24.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
And here's Rose outside. Love grabs the board.
Can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the backhand. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
And Chicago shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Fires the 3. The Cavaliers pull it in. Waiters got 6 rebounds in the game.
Well, an 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
And stolen by Butler. Unhindered, going all the way. Shot is off. Some solid defense there from Irving.
Well, LeBron said last season that he just couldn't see leaving the Heat. Well, I guess he came around. The championship foundation in Miami, but some cracks started to show, and now he's back in Cleveland.
And for LeBron Clark, you think from a competitive standpoint it might have made sense for him to leave Miami?
I don't know if it was driven by competitive reasons. Quite honestly, I mean, with the new luxury tax, it has gotten harder for the Heat to add talent to that superstar core. You know, on the Cavs side, LeBron can command the max and play with some younger up-and-coming players who are relative bargains on the rookie contracts. But I think it went deeper than that. I think it really was about the pull of Northeastern Ohio being stronger than any other consideration for him in this room.
Feeds to Rose. Dunleavy for three. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 5 assists in the game. Timeout called the Cavaliers. They're in front by 10. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. .136 left here in the fourth quarter. Irving passes to Love. Outside Irving. On the wing, James. He feeds it to Varejao. Pocket 6. Shoots from the baseline. The shot no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball.
You know, they haven't had the best day inside, but they got one when it mattered most.
Gasol dishes to Noah. Butler from outside. That is good. Butler's got it back down to within single digits for the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, they are dialed in from three-point line here in the fourth quarter.
You called that one right. Causing some serious harm from long range.
And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here. .54 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Slowing down Varejao, that's hard to do. He has 8 points, and he's done a good job distributing the ball as well.
Well, you can't discount what that's meant to this team. He's helped their cause with his passing, and it's really given his team a nice groove.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
I'm sure he would have liked to have had all of those, but he still padded their lead a little bit at least.
Clark, they're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, and they don't need to do anything to reinvent the wheel here. I mean, just take time off the clock and squeeze the orange. Don't turn it over.
Well, guys, tonight they came in here and really dictated the terms of the engagement, which is very difficult to do as the visitors.
You're right. That's not usually the way things work in the NBA. It's a great win, and no question, it's going to be a happy plane ride out here.
Rose, no good. Cleveland's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Now, here is Irving. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. Guys, what's your take?
Well, they can game plan all they want, but there's not enough time left for them to come back and win this game.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly what they think they're going to pull off here.
So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
LeBron, no player has to endure the kind of scrutiny and pressure that you do on a nightly basis. How do you stand and deliver the kind of performance you did tonight?
I just wanted to try to lead my team the best way I could. Whatever I needed to do out on the floor, I tried to be there for them tonight. And, I'm glad we were able to get this win.
Thank you, LeBron. Kevin, this guy is extraordinary.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our Player of the Game, LeBron James.
The 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Sprite.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to 2K Sports. Along with Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Well, for Minnesota, this is a big game coming up for them. They've dropped their first 2 games, and the last thing they want to do is open the season 0-3. That is not the way to tip things off. What do you make of Thaddeus Young and his style of play?
Well, this league is filled with spread force, but this guy is comfortable from shooting from the outside. But Ernie, he's at his best when he's driving the lane and attacking in transition.
Getting better defensively too, right?
Yes, defensively he's gotten better. He protects the ball well right now, and he puts it on the deck. He goes very, very hard to the cup.
What do you say we send it courtside? Kevin Harlan, what you got?
And now, your Minnesota Timberwolves starting 5. Starting at small forward, standing 6'8", number 22, Andrew Wiggins. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 21, Thaddeus Young. Guard, 6'4", from Spain, number 9, Ricky Rubio. And in guard, 6'7", he's from Western Carolina.
Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live from downtown Minneapolis. Last outing for Minnesota, the loss to the Pistons. And guys, the hometown fans not pleased with that dreadful performance. They saw their team get knocked out cold.
Well, they were in foul trouble throughout that game, guys, and made things awfully hard on themselves as a result.
Yeah, it forced them to go much deeper into their rotation than they would have liked to, and that's always tough.
All right, let's set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for Chicago right now, D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3 spot. They get it back. The kick outside to Butler. Off target with his 3. We'll go to Doris Burke, who moments ago spoke with head coach Flip Saunders. And Doris, what do you have to say?
He said that their defensive focus, no surprise, will be trying to keep Derrick Rose out of the lane. He added, "You know he's come a long way as an outside shooter, but he's a pick-your-poison type of player. We can't let him get into the paint." Makes sense, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris.
Well, certainly a story here at the Target Center is the ongoing $100 million renovation to the building. Split 50-50 between the team and the city of Minneapolis. And that's great news for Timberwolves fans.
Here's Dunleavy. He's coming off a 16-point game against Cleveland. Rubio with it. Pekovic with the screen on Rose. Wiggins dishes to Pekovic, and he uses the glass on the lane.
And you look at the long list of improvement for the Target Center. New lobbies, new box office, renovated locker rooms, new clubs and gathering areas. Seems like they're getting great bang for their buck.
That's good. Rose has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
The drive by Rubio. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And guys, it can be tough to see teams pressuring cities for new arenas. Nice that the Timberwolves can stay put and still get those improvements.
Absolutely, Kevin. You know, this building is good bones, a great location, so it's a pleasure to see the transformation they're making here, and we're already starting to see some of the results of that. Well, for Ricky Rubio, it seems there's been a little disappointment in his development as a shooter, but still room for hope and optimism. The Timberwolves were much better with him on the floor. His overall impact on the game, still undervalued, but clearly impactful.
Now here's Butler. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22. A little shot fake there, got the D out of position. On defense, Chicago. 3-point lead. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
And guys, had their free throw shooting been anywhere near up to par, I think it would have changed everything in that game.
No doubt about it. I mean, there is a carryover effect when you're not having success at the line. It infiltrates other parts of your game.
Wiggins, good on the triple. Wiggins has got his first 3 points of the game. Steve, you talk about that stat for Rubio. The Timberwolves were almost 13 points per 100 possessions better with him on the floor.
Yeah, between his passing and his defense, he's a difference maker, Kevin. I know his shooting percentages haven't been great over the course of his career, but they're getting better. And Rubio, there's no doubting that he makes his team better when he's out there.
Here's Pekovic, and that one goes long.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Dunleavy's shot is off. The Timberwolves have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Rubio, the pass to Young. Left side, Martin. Here's Pekovic, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Pekovic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Butler kicks to Rose. The kick outside to Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. And it's 7 points for Butler.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Kevin Martin on the wing, defended by Butler. From 15 feet away, shots good from Young. Young's got his first bucket of the night.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Butler kicks to Rose. Offline with his 3. Minnesota in the lead. And here's Rubio. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Detroit. Martin kicks to Rubio. The shot. Here's Pekovic. It's rebounded by Noah. Noah's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Rose goes in. Butler with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. The kick outside to Butler. Launches it. And the shot is good. Butler's got 10.
Well, I'm not necessarily a big fan of him shooting that shot, but they did give him the space.
Pekovic with the screen for Rubio. In the corner, it's Wiggins. From deep. Rubio misses. For Chicago, they've gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. That's good. Gasol's got his first basket.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And it's Rose missing. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. And it's Rubio penetrating. Martin wide open. He fires. A rebound by Gasol. And play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Obviously, he's not afraid of physical play, but he still needs to play in control.
And he definitely wasn't in control that time. Everybody in the building knew it was an over-the-back call.
Now here's Rose. 20 points for him last game against Cleveland.
And no question, you look at his assist totals, I mean, they tell you what a nice job he was doing with really spreading that ball around.
Here's Young. 4-point game. The pass to Martin. Young in the corner. Sinks the triple. Young's got his second bucket tonight.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Chicago calls timeout. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. So put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during the season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker and you don't recover as fast, and that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
Now here is Martin. In the loss to the Pistons the other night, definitely was not himself. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
This could be a back and forth game all the way, guys, the way it's being played. This is fun to watch.
Gorgie Dames checked in for the Timberwolves. Williams comes in for Ricky Rubio. Chicago also making some changes. Mirotic comes in for Joakim Noah. And McDermott subbed in for Mike Dunleavy. Timberwolves trail. Outside Williams. Over to the left wing. Wiggins dishes to Jang. Here's Young. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. This is their first chance to take a look at the Timberwolves this season.
And you look back at a year ago, they played twice during the regular season, each side winning once.
Now here's Rose. He's got 6. Feeds it to Mirotic. Just 5 to shoot. Butler passes to Rose. Shoots from the elbow. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And speaking of their season series last year, Steve, you might have had a problem telling which was the playoff team and which one wasn't.
Yeah, maybe it speaks a little bit to the strength of their respective conferences last season that they did split those games, Kevin.
Now Gibson. Mo Williams missing from long range. Here's Rose. Wiggins with the rebound.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Lets a floater go. This one for 3. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. 6 points for Andrew Wiggins.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Butler from outside. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Williams kicks to Wiggins, and the layup's good off the glass. Now it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
You know, when he's in that tight with that kind of height advantage over the defender, that's going to be a pretty easy play for him.
Rose dishes to Butler. The feed to Mirotic, and stolen by Jang. Here's Martin. Jang, the pass to Williams, kicks it to Wiggins. There's the dish to Young. On the wing, Williams. Beyond the arc. No good. And it's Chicago the other way.
Gorgie Jang getting an opportunity late last season with Nikola Pekovic's ankle issues, and the rookie responded as many people thought he would. He was just opportunity away from showing that he could compete at the NBA level.
Now McDermott. Thaddeus Young missing on his 3. Nice shot by McDermott. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. And Jang last season became only the 4th in the last 20 years to put up a 20-point, 20-rebound game.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Kevin, he's a terrific rebounder, good shot blocker. Remember from his days at Louisville. For the 21st pick in the draft, you got to think that the Wolves are excited about his potential.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Brewer is checked in for Wiggins, and Barea subbed in for Kevin Martin. Now here's Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here.
A look now at where the Timberwolves ranked in the NBA last year. 3rd in scoring, 3rd in steals. And they also showed up in the top 5 in assists. This team is really unselfish. They do a nice job moving themselves, moving the ball, and converting good shot opportunities.
And I think what's most impressive about this club, though, is the fact that they were in the top 5 in points scored. I mean, that's what they do. They like to get out and run and really get a lot of shots up. And when they do, when they knock down open looks, they're tough to beat.
Now McDermott. Thaddeus Young missing on his three. Here's Gibson. And he gets it to go. Guys, what a wild first half this has been.
I'd say, 8 lead changes, that speaks for itself.
Yeah, back and forth start for sure. This game is setting up to be awfully competitive.
Now here's Williams. To the inside. It's stolen by Heinrich. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Mirotic, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
All right, guys, a chance to look at some of the numbers for Mo Williams. Last season's performance for him, it was around 9 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. You don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly.
That free throw, no good. Mirotic, the 23rd pick back in 2011. The Bulls had to wait a while for him to come over. But, Steve, it looks like their patience will be rewarded.
Yeah, he was an MVP in the Spanish ACB League. It's probably the best league in the world after the NBA. So a lot of NBA GMs really regarded him as the best international player outside the NBA last season.
Here's Snell, guarded by Barea. Dishes it to McDermott. Now here's Gibson. Not a lot of room. Snell, that's good. Snell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Screen by Young. 7-second difference. Shot and game clock. Barea kicks to Williams. Here's Brewer. Almost, but it rolls out. Chicago leading by 5. Here's Snell. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland. He kicks it to Gibson. With 1 on the clock. And that's going to be a travel. So the first quarter is in the books. Bulls out front as they dominate the last minutes of the quarter on an 8-0 run. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Looking at what we've seen for the Bulls, what do you guys think?
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think Coach has to be pleased with the effort, Steve.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. Heinrich is out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Mirotic. Then there's Dunleavy, and it's Gasol at the 5. Here is Heinrich, following the basket by Nikola Begovic. Snell kicks to Heinrich. He feeds it to Dunleavy. Heinrich dishes to Snell. Pass to Dunleavy. Shot clock at 6. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Fades. There's the bucket. Good. Gasol's got the lead up to 5 now for Chicago.
Next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway. Take the shot that's available.
Here is Barea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Levine. The three-pointer is right on target.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that 3.
And Chicago shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. Heinrich kicks to Snell. He dishes it to Dunleavy. Heinrich outside. 6 on the shot clock. Poked loose. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. In the 3rd spot, the Timberwolves.
You can tell by watching them just how focused they were at the defensive end of the court.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. 2 on the clock. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Gasol. The rebound by the Timberwolves. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip.
Well, you know the fans out in Brooklyn desperately hoping for their team to win that one.
You know, the Bulls' offense was not that great last year. As a matter of fact, they struggled to score. But when they did get to 100 points, they were one of the best teams in the league.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, thank you, Kevin. As you know, Derrick Rose might be a superstar, but he doesn't lean towards the limelight. He said, I was always the kid who didn't say too much, and people didn't think I knew that much. But I followed everything that was going on in the room and always knew my surroundings. Paying attention to detail, that's part of being a point guard. Guys?
Certainly a cerebral approach to the game. Much appreciated, Doris. Thank you. As you said with the Bulls, a 22-2 record last season when they got to 100 points.
Well, it's a perfect example of how dominant their defense is. I mean, if they got to 100, they knew they could count on their D every single night. But getting to 100 was the problem. They did not score very easily.
And he gets the bucket. Moreira's got his first 2 points of the night.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
Ricky Rubio checked in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Bulls, Joakim Noah. He's checked in for Mirotic. Jimmy Butler comes in for Tony Snell. And it's Rose in for Kirk Hinrich. Here's Dunleavy. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. To the middle, here's Levine, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt.
Now here's Rose. He's got 6. Outside Butler. Puts up a 3. And the shot is good. Butler's got 13.
Now, he made 2 3-pointers in the first quarter, so he continues to shoot the ball well.
Rubio the pass to Dang. Rubio with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. Chicago has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Rose. There's the bucket. Good. Rose has got his 3rd basket of the night right there. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. This has been an unbelievable game to watch. There were a lot of hopeful Minnesota fans thinking they had a chance at the playoffs last year early, but injuries and slumps derailed their season.
Well, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it's been a decade, Clark, a decade since the Wolves were in the playoff situation.
Time moves on. You know that, Kevin. It races by. Hard to believe they were postseason locked for much of the late 90s and early 2000s.
There's a guy named Kevin Garnett that was there help that cause.
Yes, sir.
Now, a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Pass to Gasol. Feeds to Noah. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Butler. A rebound by Pekovic. Pekovic has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Rubio the pass to Levine. And it's Rubio penetrating. Passes it to Levine. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Another shot. Pekovic trying to free himself up. Jang, no luck.
I like the work there, contesting that shot that looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
With 3, Dunleavy. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like they might have been worn down. And I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deeper this season. Now he's finally starting to get it going here offensively.
The Bulls have gone 5 of 11 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Outside Butler. And the pass to Gasol.
That was not a simple rebound. He made it look easy, but he did a good job embodying up his man.
Kicks it out to Rubio. Pass to Levine. They double him with Butler. The feed now to Pekovic. Timberwolves passing it around. Stolen by Noah. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Butler. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
It's been a solid outing for Butler. 13 points. And from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in. Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
Young's checked in for Minnesota. Martin comes in for Levine. Now, here's Rubio. Kicks it to Pekovic. That's in. Coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 3 assists tonight. Chicago's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
Now here's Butler. He's got 15. Second chance shot. Rose. That's good. Rose has got 10.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
The Timberwolves have gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. And that one's good. Pekovic.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Rose kicks to Butler. There's the dish to McDermott. Outside Rose. He feeds it to Gibson. And the shot is good. And the Bulls lead by 2. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Rubio against Rose. And it's Rubio penetrating. Noah. Great defense that time from Noah.
You know, not only is the game neck and neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the board.
Yeah, both teams have really put in a terrific effort down low.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Williams is checked in. Tipped away. It's stolen by Rose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Now here's McDermott. He's tightly guarded. A well-timed shot fake got the defender off the ground right there. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Chicago.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Well, the other thing I like is defensively they're causing turnovers, and that's allowing them to get into transition.
Boy, they really started to come on here in the second.
Playing much better here, guys, and it looks like they're starting to make up some ground. We'll see if that can continue. Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Williams with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Chicago really struggled scoring points without Derrick Rose, and that's understandable last year. And against the West, it was even more difficult.
I said about the Bulls, guys, just a very tough time scoring against the Western Conference, which would be their downfall in most games.
Well, they shot right around 42% from the floor against the West last year, and that put them in the bottom 3 in the league. So, I mean, you're just not going to get away with shooting that poorly.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Noah, and it's Heinrich in for Rose.
You know, the Wolves really came up short from where they wanted to be, and you've got to attribute it to the fact that they weren't as good at home as they needed to be.
Now here's Butler. He's got 17, and he gets it to go. Now here's Williams. Dishes it to Martin. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And for the Wolves, they weren't bad at home by any means. They still ended up with 24 wins here.
Yeah, but they were hoping to be up in the 30s like most of the playoff teams were. You know, really it came down to them not playing the high-level defense they needed in order to get wins at home.
And Minnesota has possession following the three-point basket by Chicago. And Williams, here we go. They get it again. Pekovic. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
What a performance. Just look at the game for Pekovic. He has 9 rebounds and also an assist.
First trip to the line for him here.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, Nikola Pekovic, a battering ram style of play, but really soft hands for a big guy. Well, I think that combination makes him one of the most effective inside scorers in the league.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Berea's checked in. Tony Snell's checked in for the Bulls. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young. .124 left now here in the second. McDermott kicks to Mirotic. He dishes it to McDermott. Pass to Snell. Just 5 on the clock. Heinrich outside. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. McDermott can't get it to go. You know, Stephen, for Pekovic, he's not the NBA leader in points in the paint every season. He's not far off. A great post-up score. Something you see less and less of nowadays.
And even off the ball, a great offensive rebounder and finisher. He punishes you on the inside.
Second shot opportunity. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Number 5, the Bulls.
It seemed like they went through stretches, guys, where they just didn't miss from beyond the arc, and that carried those numbers right up to the top of the list.
That free throw missing.
Nikola Pekovic, prior to last season, signed a 5-year, $60 million extension. And he missed a month with a right ankle issue. But that aside, he went about showing that he was worth every penny.
Corey Brewer's checked in for Minnesota. Now here's Heinrich. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Gibson dishes to Heinrich. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic.
And Pekovic had the best scoring rate of his career last season. Prior to that injury, he led the league in second chance points. He's just a monster inside.
And he knocks down the first one. And steady improvement for Nikola Pekovic over his 4 seasons in the NBA.
Yeah, he's improved his rebound rate every season, and a dramatic improvement protecting the ball. Turnovers used to be a big problem for him, but now it's an area of strength. Bulls were a team last year that just never gave up. That was their identity. They didn't have a ton of talent, but they played with a toughness and a defensive mentality that always seemed to keep them moving forward.
Williams passes to Berea. Pekovic with a screen. And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Berea.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Now McDermott, 11 points last game. Right wing, three-pointer, Heinrich. Can't get it to go. From midcourt, the shot will not go. And the first half ends in a close one. It's Chicago up by 4. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Ricky Rubio. And Ricky, you guys had a tough battle on your hands tonight. What do you think the adjustments are that you might make for the second half?
We got a lot of turnovers. We got a lot of layups, and that can happen. We have to take care of the ball.
Taking care of the ball, always crucial, Ricky. Thank you. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He is a dynamic scorer, guys. That much we know. And I'll tell you what, his talent was on full display there in the first half.
Steve, he is a hard man to keep down, and so far, they've been unable to do it.
Rubio and Martin manning the backcourt. Pekovic is out there with Young. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And the shot is good. The Chicago lead has been cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Young.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Chicago's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. And a chance here to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kevin, Bulls coach Tom Thibodeau worked with Clippers coach Doc Rivers in Boston for many years, and they remain close friends, often sharing notes. Rivers said of Thibodeau, "He's the best mind I've ever been around. People keep expecting them to fall, but he holds them together. It's his system, but it's more just his way. He simply doesn't relent, Kevin."
He makes his players believe, Doris. That's something they both share in common. Thank you. Martin attacking. Wiggins kicks to Young. Looking for Pekovic. He gets it there. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And Chicago shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Feeds to Dunleavy. 3-pointer. And that one's good. Dunleavy's got 6.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Rubio outside. To the wing right side. Wiggins kicks to Rubio. That's good. He has 6. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And it's Rose penetrating to the wing right side. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Bulls moving the ball around. Gasol inside. He's against Young. Passes it to Dunleavy. Clock is at 3. There's Rose with the 3. And the rebound goes to Martin. That's a 2 from Butler. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
Well, they need a shot or 2 to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Young dishes to Rubio. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first 5. Here's Rubio. 6 points for him. He kicks it to Young. Shot clock at 6. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. 10 points here for Thaddeus Young.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
From deep, Rose, and the shot is good. And the Bulls lead by 3.
And these two just going at it from deep now.
You know, it seems like what's going on here is anything you can do, I can do better territory.
Minnesota calls timeout. You look at Jimmy Butler. He's really been playing well.
He's been absolutely on fire from outside. They've got to get into his jersey, get up into him, force him to pass or drive. Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 5th in three-point field goal percentage, 8th in assists, and they were in the top 10 in opponents' points per game.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team last year, Clark? You mentioned the three-point shooting in the top 5 in terms of field goal percentage from long range, and I think it was a direct result of great unselfish play, and it helps when you can employ that inside-out game. You know, attack a team in the paint and then kick it out for that three-point shot.
Now here is Martin. The pass to Young, and Gasol comes to help. And Young kicks to Rubio. Back to Young. Martin for 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gasol's got 5 rebounds tonight. Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Rubio. Right side Rose. Near the three-point line, it's Dunleavy. Tries again. Rebound Minnesota. Wiggins has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. The try by Rubio. Rebound by the Bulls.
Man, a nice job there defensively, just getting a hand up enough to bother the shot.
Yeah, that was very nice. Impressive. It made it a much more difficult shot.
Now here's Rose. 13 points in the game. Plays it up and banks it in. And it's a 5-point Bulls lead.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Joakim Noah, one of the great effort players in the NBA. His energy and mobility enable him to make his impact felt all over the court.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think we're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Gorgie Dangs checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Butler from outside. They get the rebound. Gasol passes to Butler. Back to Gasol. Tries again. Good defensive work there by Young.
Boy, you talk about Noah's energy and hustle. His offensive rebounding is a huge plus for their offense. His speed in transition creates problems for the opposing big man as well.
Now, here's Rubio. He has 6. In the corner, it's Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got assist number 7 for him tonight. Chicago leading. At the defensive end, Steve, Noah is a key player.
Yeah, last season's defensive player of the year, Kevin. He gives you rebounds, blocks, steals, but what impresses me the most is his ability to guard on the perimeter against screen and roll when he switches out onto point guards. He's unmatched in that category.
Here's Rubio, following the score by Derrick Rose. And Rubio kicks to Martin. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Chicago leading by 3. Rose attacking inside to Gasol. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Gasol's got 8.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Rubio dishes to Young. And Rubio kicks to Martin. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. The offensive rebound. For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Gasol with it. And it's Martin picking him up. Young with the steal. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. And he banks in the layup. Wiggins has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Young against Gasol. Rebound by Dang. Jang's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Rubio. Here's Wiggins. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got his 9th assist in the game now. Martin against Butler. Rose with the ball. He's got 17. And here is Butler. Missed inside. Young outside. Rubio with a wide open look. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. Well, Chicago's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Rejected by Young. And now Minnesota on the fast break. And it's Martin that time on the assist by Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists now in this one. Chicago trailing here. Rose kicks to Butler. Outside Butler. Shot from the wing. And he hits the jump shot. Butler's got 24 points. Well, the problem was clear last year with the Wolves and what they lacked. Interior defense. So many baskets. Clark giving up at the rim by.
And in transition as well, Kevin. They were in the bottom 3 in points in the paint and fast break points against. It's hard to win consistently with those numbers. It's been a nice game here for Young. He has 12 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Jen. Brewer comes in for Wiggins. J.J. Barea is checked in for Kevin Martin. And it's Williams in for Ricky Rubio.
And for the Wolves, it's just that they didn't really have anyone who can protect the rim for them. They were last in the league in blocks.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
One heck of a game. I mean, guys, this has been outstanding in terms of the effort that both sides have been able to put on.
Looking over there at Steve. He's enjoying every second of it.
Yes, me too.
Man, this has been great, guys. And the fans getting their money's worth here. Both teams just playing so hard out there.
One thing for sure about Minnie, their offense is solid enough, but if they want to make the next step forward, they need to start protecting the rim or get somebody who can protect the rim.
That's good. And now a 5-point Bulls lead.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
Here is Barea. Here's Brewer. Here's Pekovic. Rebounded by Snell. Chicago leading by 5. On deep. Can't get it to go. Timberwolves go the other way with it. Here's Barea and blocked. Here's Snell. 6 points for him. Misses the 3.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
It's blocked. In transition, here come the Bulls. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Snell's got the lead up to 7 now for the Bulls.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Now here's Pekovic. And there's the 3-second violation. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year. 5th, the Timberwolves.
Yeah, wonderful passing team, and it was the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish.
McDermott passes to Gibson. Heinrich outside for 3, and he gets the bucket. Heinrich's got a pair of threes now here in the 3rd for Chicago.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here is Barea. Shot to end this full run. That's good. Barea's got 7.
And he gets a 3 of his own. Good answer there.
Yeah, and he's not scared to trade shots like that.
Back to Heinrich. Brewer with the steal. 1:25 left in the 3rd quarter. Williams dishes to Barea. Pass to Pekovic. Now the feed to Brewer. Kicks to Barea. Timberwolves passing it around. The offensive rebound, Pekovic. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 15.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they've chased down that pumpkin often.
Now here's Heinrich. 8 points for him. The dish to Gibson. Heinrich kicks to McDermott. 5 to shoot. Minnesota with the rebound. Pekovic has got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. There's 38 seconds left in the third quarter. Pekovic with a screen. And it will go, and the Bulls lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Barea.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Snell. He feeds it to McDermott. Dishes it to Snell. Shoots. Jump shot is good. Snell's got 10. Here comes Williams. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Now Heinrich. Now here's McDermott. Can't get it to fall. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Bulls lead by 3. We've got more in store for you right after this.
I got my
The Bulls leading by 3. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Heinrich and Rose, the guards. Jimmy Butler is out there with Mirotic, and it's Gibson in at the center position. Here's Rose. True on the 14-footer. Rose has got 9 points now in just the second half.
Boy, he's been locked in. Anytime he's gotten an even halfway decent look, he's knocked it down.
And I think they'd be staring at a big deficit if they hadn't gotten the lights-out shooting he's given them.
Now here's Wiggins. So it's Chicago now. Into the Bulls, shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Rose passes to Heinrich. Outside Butler. Rose dishes to Heinrich. And Gibson kicks to Rose. And stolen by Williams. And there's the foul. Goes on Taj Gibson. And that'll be his third foul so far. Ricky Rubio checked in for Mo Williams. The Bulls also changing it up. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Dunleavy's subbed in for Kirk Heinrich. And Rubio kicks to Martin. Back to Rubio. Wiggins sets a screen for Brewer. Wiggins passes to Martin. Just 5 to shoot. And he gets it to go. And that's 17 points for Nikola Pekovic. The Bulls leading by 3. Rose kicks to Butler. For 3, Dunleavy. Kevin Martin with the rebound. Timberwolves shooting 47% for the fourth. Getting it done. Rubio with it. Butler covering. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court.
He had pretty much played mistake-free basketball up to that point. That's really the only time he's turned it over so far.
He dishes it to Dunleavy. A 3-ball. And that is good. And the Bulls lead by 6.
And another 3-pointer to their second half total.
Yeah, they caught that long-range bug at halftime, and it's been bombs away ever since.
Now, here's Rubio. It's Martin on the wing. Clock at 4. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Shot clock at 2. And it's Wiggins missing.
Well, I like the defense there. Right up in his grill, didn't give him a chance.
Butler on the wing. Back to Rose. Bulls moving the ball around. Noah dishes to Dunlap. Pass to Rose. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Derrick Rose has always had an effective floater. It's a must-have shot for any point guard. He said he developed it on the playgrounds of Southside Chicago. He didn't call fouls, so he just had to find a way to get your shot off before the contact.
And Rose working to develop his floater with, Steve, his left hand as well.
Well, you don't see many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend.
Bulls making a switch here. Gasol's checked in.
Well, what was supposed to be the triumphant return for Derrick Rose a year ago quickly turned into another nightmare season. Finally returning from that torn ACL in the 2012 playoffs, he managed only 10 games before tearing the meniscus in his other knee. Just devastating. We obviously hope that Rose will come back and put in a full season. Wow, what a big three-pointer. And if he's got his shooting stroke going, he could be the closer for them in this game.
Outside Butler. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Butler's got 26.
Well, you take a look at Rose, who was extremely patient and trying to get back to being on the court, and then he fell victim to another devastating knee injury. Terrific blow for him personally and certainly for the team and the city. But fortunately, the surgery did manage to keep all of his meniscus, which provides a better prognosis as we move forward.
The Bulls leading by 4. Butler goes in. Outside Rose from the arc. And the Bulls another 3.
That's his second three-pointer of the half and his third overall.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Steve, now for Derrick Rose. How will his game adapt to having surgery now on both knees?
Well, he might not be quite as explosive, and maybe that's a good thing if his breakneck style was too much for his joints. But, you know, the mental side of it, that's what I look at. I mean, after missing basically 2 whole seasons, how is he going to bounce back?
Here's Butler after the made shot from Ricky Rubio. Here's Gasol. A beautiful reverse layup.
Looks like he may have been showboating a little bit at the end of that one.
And so it's Minnesota with it. They trail by 7. Rubio the pass to Brewer. Gasol with the steal. Outside Rose. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got 5 assists tonight. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. And the Timberwolves call timing. Well, something of a bounce-back season for Pau Gasol in 2013-14. Steve, with better health and a return to playing in the middle more often.
Yeah, you know, he dealt with a few nagging injuries, Kevin, but scored better, rebounded better. Nice to see him show that he's really still an elite big after struggling a couple seasons ago.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He is not pleased with the score and implored them to try to make a push right now, saying, "We don't have time, fellas. If we can't make a dent soon, I'll have to pull the plug." Pretty blunt, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, Doris. The shot by Butler. Nobody around. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
And for Powell, with an expiring contract, trade rumors swirled all season long. That's nothing new for him. We've been hearing them for years. It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
Rose kicks to Butler. Fires the 3. They get it back. Noah dishes to Rose. Off target from three-point range. Timberwolves trail by 10. And finished off by Martin.
Well, you knew he'd win that race.
Definitely. I mean, that's what you call early offense.
Chicago's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times.
And Powell last season making $20 million a year. Hard for the Lakers to trade him when they wanted cap space. In the end, he found a new home and a new start in free agency.
Here's Rubio following the score by Derrick Rose. And Rubio kicks to Young. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but through contact, he'll head to the line. They get Pau Gasol.
Well, he stopped the dunk there. That was about the only play he could make.
Well, you don't like the foul, but you don't like to give up an easy dunk either.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And they continue to knock down the long-range three-point shot as well.
Thaddeus Young is a left-hander out of Georgia Tech. Only played 1 year in college and has really rounded into a nice pro. He's a very unique player. He's a face-up, slashing power forward with a lightning-quick first step. And he's really hard to keep in front.
Good. Timberwolves trail by 10. Rubio, the pass to Pekovic. Rubio dishes to Pekovic, and that one's good. Pekovic has got 19 points.
It makes it so easy for your teammate when you can lead him with a pass like that one.
Outside Butler. Feeds it to Gasol. From 13, again Chicago.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around on the low block.
Well, their energy is lacking. They've got to start playing harder and battle down in the paint.
Now, here is Young. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Inside to Gasol. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. Passes to Noah. Young with the steal. And here we go. Wiggins into the hoop. Oh, my goodness.
What a huge play.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, now's when they need a little spark anyway.
Now here's Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Butler's got the lead up to 10 now for Chicago.
That's a perfect up and under there. That's textbook.
Rubio, the pass to Martin. He kicks it to Pekovic. Good. Pekovic has got 6 points in the quarter. The Bulls leading by 8. Now Dunleavy. The pass to Noah. Kicks to Rose. 5 on the clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Wiggins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Into Pekovic. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Pekovic has got 10 points in just the second half. Chicago with the ball. They've led by as much as 10. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
That's an important game for the Magic. I know their fans are hoping for a win.
Noah, the kick out to Rose. 5 to shoot. On the high post. Noah dishes to Gasol. There's the feed to Dunleavy. Rubio against Rose. For 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Really quite surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds given what the scoreboard said.
Yeah, it's not typical. I mean, they have been really dominant on the glass.
And that one's good. Pekovic.
Great teamwork out there, really helping each other out.
They're playing as one. I mean, they're like a symphony. Everybody in harmony and in beat and in rhythm. 5 straight baskets now have resulted because of assists.
Here's Butler. Following the basket by Nikola Pekovic. Noah. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Nikola Pekovic. them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. It's a 6-point ball game.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Now here's Martin. Pekovic with the screen for Martin. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
He's been much more effective in the second half than he was in the first.
Rose with the ball. Outside Butler. Back to Rose. Pass to Dunleavy. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. The dish now to Gasol. And the call will be against Thaddeus Young.
Looking at the game for Gasol, 8 rebounds and a block.
You know, he's been so good at both ends of the floor, guys, but what's impressed me the most is his offensive performance.
I don't know, Steve. I think the work he's done defensively has been pretty impressive, too.
And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. Rubio, the pass to Wiggins. He feeds it to Young. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Butler dishes to Rose. And the 3-ball is good. Rose has got 31.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Young for 3. No good. Chicago leading by 8. Gasol kicks to Dunleavy. 51 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Knocked loose. Young with the steal. Rubio with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. The kick out to Young. Again, Young missing.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. It's stolen by Dunleavy. Rose kicks it to Noah. Dishes to Dunleavy. Outside Rose. Fires the 3. Can't get it to go. Heaves it up. No good. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They pulled off this win, Clark, with respectable performances on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I think it was just really a nice overall effort, Kevin.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Gentlemen, I'm here with Pau Gasol. And Pau, what's the mentality that you bring into a game to allow you to be at your most effective rhythm?
Well, I just got to come out really aggressive, just trying to pound the boards, just forget about the shots that I can miss, or if I don't get a certain amount of touches, I just got to be aggressive and I got to get in the paint. So that's how I'm most effective, and that's what gets me going too.
Well, you certainly got into a great rhythm, Pal. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you, Doris, for that. And now for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.